Hello, today I'm looking at Majjhima Nikaya number 33, the Mahagopalaka Sutta, translated as the Greater Discourse of the Cowherd, or Cowherdsman, or Cowherder, and it takes place in Jetta's Grove, and it's Buddha who's speaking. And he starts off by stating that when a cowherder or cowherd possesses these 11 factors, he is incapable of keeping and rearing a herd of cattle. And the 11 factors are: he has no knowledge of form or appearance or conformation of his cattle. He is unskilled in characteristics or their temperament. He fails to pick out the fly's eggs, that's a fly strike. Fails to dress wounds. Does not know the ford or river crossing, fails to smoke out the sheds, fumigation, does not know what it is to have drunk, that's the cattle that is, does not know the road, is unskilled in pastures, he milks dry, that is when cows are producing no milk, and shows no extra respect to the leaders of the herd. And Buddha continues, so too the bhikkhu or monk, when he possesses these 11 qualities, he is incapable of growth, increase and fulfillment in the Dharma and discipline. And these 11 factors shows no extra respect for the, is as above, sorry. So the Buddha just repeats these characteristics or qualities that a monk may have, which makes it incapable of growth. And it's the same as the cowherdsman, except for point number 11, which is changed to that the bhikkhu shows no extra respect for the elder bhikkhus of long standing. Then Buddha goes on to explain the bhikkhu has no knowledge of form. This is where a monk does not understand that form consists of the 4 great elements: earth, air, wind and fire. Bhikkhu is unskilled in characteristics, that a fool is characterised by his actions and a wise man is characterised by his actions. And in the Bodhi Nanamoli version of the Pali Canon, as a reference to Majjhima Nikaya number 129, the Bala Pandita Sutta, which states, a fool is one who thinks bad thoughts, speaks bad words, does bad deeds, that is, ignores the precepts, whereas a wise man is a person who thinks good thoughts, speaks good words, and does good deeds, and follows the precepts. Getting back to the list of 11 factors, the third fails to pick out the fly's eggs. That is, with a bhikkhu, when a thought of sensual desire arises, a thought of ill will or cruelty, an unwholesome state, a bhikkhu tolerates them and does not abandon them. This is how a monk fails to pick out the fly's eggs. The next one, the bhikkhu fails to dress wounds. That is, on seeing something, a bhikkhu grasps at it and may become overwhelmed by unwholesome thoughts rather than practicing restraint. It then goes on to say the same with sight as with hearing, taste and so on and so forth. This is how a bhikkhu does not dress wounds. Next one, the bhikkhu fails to smoke out sheds. This is when a bhikkhu does not teach others the Dharma as he has learnt and mastered it. Next one is not know the ford or river crossing. This is where a bhikkhu does not go to others who are well versed in the Dhamma and ask questions of them. The next one is does not know what it is to have drunk. This is where a bhikkhu does not gain inspiration and gladness in the teachings of the Dhamma and discipline. Where he does not know the road, that is, he does not understand the Eightfold Path. It's unskilled in pastures, that is, does not understand the four foundations of mindfulness. And as a reminder, the four foundations of mindfulness are mindfulness of the body, of feelings and sensations, of the mind, consciousness, and of the Dhamma. The bhikkhu milks when dry, that is, a bhikkhu does not know moderation when offered alms food, robes, a resting place, and medicinal requisites. And lastly, a bhikkhu shows no extra veneration for leaders, where a bhikkhu does not maintain towards his elders acts of loving kindness. Buddha goes on, when a bhikkhu possesses these 11 qualities, he is incapable of growth, increase and fulfillment in the Dhamma and discipline. And the Sutta then goes on to describe a cowherd or bhikkhu who is fully capable of these 11 factors, such that he is aware of the four great elements, aware a fool is characterised by his actions, so too a wise man. When sensual desire arises, it is not tolerated, it is abandoned. The same with ill will, thoughts of cruelty and unwholesome states. He guards the faculties, sight, sound, taste and so on, and practices restraint. He teaches others the Dhamma. He spends time with other bhikkhus who are well versed and learns from them. He gains inspiration in the meaning of the Dhamma. He understands the noble eightfold path. He understands the four foundations of mindfulness as they actually are. He knows moderation in accepting alms food, robes, resting place, medical requisites. He shows openly and privately loving kindness towards elder bhikkhus. And Buddha concludes, when a bhikkhu possesses these 11 qualities, he is capable of growth, increase and fulfillment in the Dhamma and discipline. And so ends Majjhima Nikaya number 33. Just as a comment, it's interesting to note that basically it seems to me using a memory technique by providing a list of the familiar, what it would have been 2,500 years ago, of a cow's herdsman's duties, to try and remember an abstract list. So if you remember 11 things that a cow herdsman can do, and then associate the Dhamma principles with each of these actions. And by way of reinforcement, these 11 instructions are effectively repeated 4 times in this sutta, which I've abbreviated. So it's interesting to know this memory technique was around 2,500 years ago. Thanks for watching.